We casted their game first thing against Shard. They lost that game, but then they beat Frigid. They beat Aurora, which is a really good team. And then they beat Shard in a rematch. So they're looking to be an underdog here in this match. And we are obviously very, very excited for this one. Just a great match overall. All right, it's gonna be Rev, Iowa, Big Pot, Spinastrami here for Blizzard, and it's gonna be Mozzie, Retro, Jay, and Dull for Frost. This one, I think, is gonna be an exciting one. You know, the loser of the winners semifinal bracket there, taking on the underdog, you know, who has spent most of their time in the losers bracket. So I'm Fingolfin on the mic with Kroger's running cameras, and maybe we'll get my guy Chromium in here at some point. All right, we're going to be headed for the neutral joust here. I'm not really sure what to expect. You know, anything could happen. All right, they're going to be out, and it's going to be an immediate win here for this Frost team. Mozzie here with the disc. Going to dodge around Spinastrami up to Dull. Dull looking to pressure. Ooh, intended for Jay there. A little bit off target, but Jay trying to go for the stuns there to prevent, you know, from Blizzard from grabbing the disc. It's going to be Mozzie here with the disc. Going to pass that one over to Dull. And it's a great start here for the underdogs. Frost with 2 points to start it off. Yeah, we haven't seen this Frost team since, you know, the first game. That was like almost more than 24 hours ago. So we're very excited to see what happens. It's going to be Blizzard here with their offensive joust. You know, they're warmed up. They just faced Cryo, but obviously has to feel a little bit demoralizing losing in that overtime. So we'll see how all of those factors play out in this match. It's going to be Rev here with the disc. Just going to push this one up through mid-tunnel, pressured by Jay somewhat. Going to pass that one over to Big Pot. Big Pot up to Iowa. Iowa on his favorite spot on the ceiling. And a great save there by Mozzie to stop Spinastrami from scoring there. It's going to be Jay here with the disc. Going to sling this one all the way out. We'll see who gets to it first. It's going to be Retro with a great shot. 4-0 lead here for the underdogs. Yo, this one's heating up. You know, Blizzard here coming in as the favorites, you know, from the winner's bracket, almost beating Cryo in that winner's semifinals, and Blizzard, you know, getting stood up here by this Frost team. It's going to be Rev here with the disc over to Iowa. Iowa pressured by that fast act, throws it back to Rev, but Rev is stunned out. Iowa stunned out as well. Dull and Mozzie with the regrabs, and Mozzie has an open 3, 7-0 lead here for this Frost team, and it's barely been around 2 minutes elapsed. Holy crap! This is not what I expected, guys. Wow. Anyways, it's going to be Blizzard here with an offensive joust. They really need to get things together. You know, you don't want to be losing to the underdog. That has to feel pretty demoralizing. Rev is just going to clear this one out. Picked up by Mozzie. A loss of possession here over to Retro. Retro with Spinastrami watching. Retro going to cross this one. Oh, intercepted by Big Pot, but gets stunned out by Jay. Jay tries to go for the bounce 3 there. Picked up by Mozzie, though. Picked up by Dull. Dull with an open 2, and it's a 9-0 lead here for this Frost team. This Frost team has really changed from what we saw in the first match of the entire, you know, bracket. They were the first game that we casted. You know, they lost 2-0 against that Shard team, but they've really shown some fight here in this losers finals. We'll see what they can do further. They're going to pass it. Rev is going to pass that one down to Spinastrami, pressured by that fast stack. Rev, though, with good awareness and protecting his teammate. It's going to be Big Pot here with the disc. Going to toss that one over to Rev. Rev just going to dance around a little bit here. Loses possession, though. Dull trying to go for this one, but Rev gets it back. It's going to be Rev here, pressured by Mozzie. Going to toss this one forward to Big Pot. Big Pot down to Iowa with a potential open 3. And that's going to bring some momentum back in favor of Blizzard. But still a 9-3 lead here for Frost. You know, Blizzard definitely has to be reeling after, you know, letting up all those points to Frost. You know, they're the underdogs. They've spent 3 of their games, I believe, in the lower bracket. So we'll see what they can do. It's going to be Retro here at the QB position. Going to pass that one over to Mozzie. Mozzie going to Cross that one over to Jay. Jay back across to Dull. A 1v1 situation here. Dull versus Rev. Nope. Dull's going to slow this one down. Going to reset this one over to Retro. Retro up to Jay. Jay crossing it over to Mozzie. Mozzie going to try to move around shield here. Taken by Big Pot, though. Big Pot going to clear this one out. Ooh, almost a dribble attempt there, but Iowa's regrab partner gets stunned out there. But Iowa just goes to it. Doesn't matter, but a great save there by Mozzie. Mozzie there just in time to prevent the three. That would have been 2 threes there for Iowa. It's going to be Spinistrami going to pass that one over to Iowa. Iowa going to reset this one all the way back to Rev. And we'll see if Blizzard, Blizzard does really well when they slow things down. We'll see what they can do. Iowa tries to go for the shot there, but off the ding ring, ends up in the hands of Spinistrami. Going to try to throw that one to Big Pop, but it's a little bit off target. A little bit of a floating disc here. And it's going to be Rev slapping that one forward to Iowa. Iowa looking for a potential pass. Pump fake, and goes in for the 2. Still a 9-5 lead here for Frost, but Blizzard has scored 5 unanswered. So yeah, great stuff. Oh, and I'm getting told that it was Retro. I'm not sure what that's referring to, but maybe I said something wrong. All right, they're going to be out of the tunnels here. It's going to be Retro here at the QB position over to Mozzie. Mozzie going to cross this one. Attempted for Jay, a little bit kind of blocked there, but, recovers it over to Mozzie. Mozzie up to Dull. Dull versus Rev here. Going to reset this one back to Retro. Retro just going to slow this one down up to Dull. Dull trying to go on the backside here. Ooh, tries to go for the shot there, but off the ding ring. A little bit of a floating disc here, kind of in no man's land. Going to be picked up by Spinistrami. Picked up by Jay, though. Jay, though, with an open 3 attempt, almost gets the bounce 3, but picked up by Big Pot, who is presumably going to clear this one out. Yep, over to Spinistrami. Over to Iowa with a potential open 3 of himself. And that is 2 threes from Iowa. So yeah, 9-8 lead, basically tied here, as I usually say. If there's a 1-point lead, 8 points unanswered for this Blizzard team. Definitely got humiliated in those first 2 minutes, but they've been able to rally back. So we'll see what Frost can do in response. It's going to be Jay here, getting stunned out though, but gets it off to Mozzie. Mozzie over to Dull. Dull pressured by that fast stack, going to cross it back to Mozzie. Mozzie going to drive in forward here. Oh, tries to go for the shot off the ding ring. Jay there to recover it for this Frost team. Going to cross it that one back to Mozzie. Oh, a little bit off target there, but Retro keeps it. Good block there, but Mozzie there stunned out by Iowa. Iowa's going to clear this one all the way down. The regrabs are coming out hot and fast. It's going to be Big Pot here picking the disc up for, and it's intercepted there by Mozzie. Pass intended for Spinistrami. Mozzie going to clear this one forward to Jay. Jay under heavy pressure, though. Taken by Spinistrami. A dribble opportunity here. Big Pot with an open 3. Just going to like to pass it to Iowa, and a little bit of a bad pass there. Kind of had the open shot. Iowa going to try to pass the one back, but a great read there from Mozzie and Dull, but it's going to be picked up by Rev. Rev tries to pass that one forwards, bounces off shield. Spinistrami ends up picking up. A lot of chaotic action here. Iowa driving forward and gets the shot over Retro to take the lead 10-9. Yeah, crazy stuff going on here. Back and forth. Not really back and forth, I should say. But, Blizzard has been able to rally back really well. 10 points unanswered. Frost needs to get it together here if they have a chance of winning here. It's going to be Mozzie going to pass that one forward to Dull. Dull going to cross that one over to Jay. Back to Mozzie. Mozzie pushing up here over to Jay. Jay with a great shot there. 11-10 in favor of Frost. Just outnumbered all the Blizzard defenders there in the orange bubble. And yeah, they just weren't back there to defend. A little bit of issues here from Kroger's Wi-Fi, but it's all good. I think it's back in action. All right, and it's going to be Blizzard here with an offensive joust. It's going to be Rev over to Big Pot. Big Pot down to Spinistrami. Spinistrami looking for an opening up to Iowa. Iowa on his favorite ceiling spot. Just going to bring this one down to the floor, though. Back to Spinistrami. Spinistrami forward to Big Pot. Big Pot across to Rev. Rev going to drive in. Ooh, tries to go for the shot there, but a little bit off target. A little bit too low there. And it's going to be picked up by Spinistrami to recover this one for Blizzard. 2 Frost players here are out of position, Dull and Jay. So we'll see how that factors in. Iowa driving in for the 2. Iowa's really good at driving into the bubble there and getting the goal. So maybe we'll see more of that out of him. All right. They need the three bender. Really. All right, it's gonna be Frost here with an offensive joust. They're gonna be out of the tunnels. It's gonna be picked up by Retro. Retro over to Mozzie. Mozzie under heavy pressure though. Up to Dull. Dull gonna push this one up. A little bit of a 3v1 here. And it's gonna be Jay over to Mozzie with a beautiful 2. Only around 45 seconds, and it's gonna be around 30 seconds once all the tunnel stuff happens. 13-12 lead here for Frost. Frost is going to need a big stop on defense here because Blizzard has been almost unstoppable on defense, and this is probably going to be the final possession of this round. It's going to be Big Pot here with the disc. Gonna take his time. Time is winding down, though. They have to be cognizant of the time, obviously. Spinastrami up to... Oh, intended for Iowa! It's picked up by Mozzie, who's going to clear that one out, but it's going to bounce around mid-tunnel here. Another opportunity here for this Blizzard team. It's going to be Iowa over to intended for Big Pot, but it's going to be a little bit all right there. Retro going to clear this one out, and Frost is going to take round 1. The underdogs are going to take round 1, I should say. Blizzard, valiant attempt there, especially at the end. They rallied back, you know, they were down 9-0, then 10-9 there in favor of Blizzard. But Frost was able to get it back together, get, you know, 2 2-pointers that were really important, and just able to lock in there. Iowa with 10 points, really putting Blizzard on his back. 2 from Big Pot, 5 from Mozzie, 2 from Retro, 2 for Jay, and 4 for Dull. Any thoughts in chat right now about the match so far? This match has been absolute cinema, in my opinion, so far. Yeah, maybe we'll see more of those, but they've been mostly going for shots there. So yeah. Yeah, just good stuff here from both teams. Can we eliminate Mozzie, says the Law Dash. Bro wants to get rid of Mozzie. What are you on about? I know I was famous. Thanks, bro. Yeah, what's up, Zuko? All right. So yeah, just a very exciting game so far. Absolute cinema. I feel like every game, I've said this multiple times, but every game so far in this tournament has been absolute cinema. Obviously, thanks to the draft format, you know, evening things out, but it makes a great Echo Arena for us to watch. All right, and the neutral joust is underway. It's gonna be won here by Blizzard, but picked up by Dull. Dull gonna pass that one forward all the way up into, and it's gonna be an open 3 there for Jay. Almost a miss, but he gets it done. 3-0 here for I'm just reading chat here. I'm almost laughing up. Ranch dressing duck, sauced on, says Comrade Mr. Bacon. You should join us in the casting booth if you can. All right, it's gonna be Blizzard here with the offensive joust. It's gonna be Rev down to Spinastrami. Spinastrami here, pressured by Retro. Someone gonna back it up. Gonna reset that one back to Rev. I see Big Pot here sitting up on the right in case they need kind of a leak there. But it's gonna be Dull here, picks it up. Gonna clear this one down towards the orange bubble. We'll see who gets to it first. And it's going to be Spinastrami and Big Pot off the fast regrabs. They're going for a dribble here. It's going to be Big Pot here. Going to pick this one up. Ooh, and it's going to be picked up, though, by Retro. Retro just going to keep it here. Just going to slow things down. Going to cross it over to Dull. Dull going to pass this one forward to Mozzie. Mozzie going to slow things down here. Pressured by Spinastrami. Going to pass that one down to Jay. Jay with a nice shot there to make it a 5-0 lead here for Frost. Frost. I am currently on the highway, says Comrade Mr. Bacon. I can't cast on the road. That is true. Stay safe out there. Yeah. All right, it's going to be Blizzard here with an offensive joust. They really need to get things together. I know round 1, the momentum kind of didn't go in their favor, but obviously you don't want that to happen because it makes it harder for yourself. It's going to be Iowa here with the disc on the floor. Just going to shimmy here forward. It's going to be pressured there by Dull. Going to reset this one. Ooh, back intended for Big Pot, but kind of lost possession there. Big Pot going to cross this one all the way over to Spinastrami. Spinastrami going to push this one up over to Iowa. Iowa, really the great scorer here, but going to elect to pass it to Spinastrami, and maybe should have kept it for himself. But Iowa grabs this one. Ooh, taken by Mozzie, though. Mozzie going to clear this one all the way down mid-tunnel. We'll see who gets to it first. It's gonna be a lot of stuns going out. It's probably gonna be Retro here. But Retro under heavy pressure. It's gonna be picked up by Rev. Rev just gonna take this one slow. Just gonna shimmy here on the ceiling, inverted. Pass it back to Big Pot, who passed it forward to Spinistrami. Spinistrami almost got caught there by the fast act. Oh, a little bit of a bad pass there, but Big Pot is there, able to recover over to Spinistrami. Pressured by Jay, up to Iowa. Iowa gonna go for the pass there, a little bit off target, intended for Big Pot. It's gonna be Retro clearing this one out towards the direction of the left tunnel. It's gonna be Mozzie here picking it up. Tries to go for the 3, a little bit low there. Gonna be picked up by, it's gonna float around here a little bit. It's gonna be picked up. Oh, a big scrum for the disc, and it ends up in the hands of Iowa. Iowa just gonna push up here on the ceiling. This is his favorite spot. Over to Rev. Rev trying to look for an opening, and a good shot there. Retro was getting stunned out big time there by Big Pot. 5-2 lead here for Frost. Can we ban Banana Man? Okay, we're just saying some interesting things here in chat, but we move. All right, it's going to be Frost here with their first offensive joust of the round. It's going to be Retro at the QB position. They're pressured by Iowa. Tries to pass it down mid-tunnel, but a little bit of an interesting bounce there. It's going to be picked up by Jay. Going to try to cross that one over to Mozzie. Mozzie was covered by Spinistrami, but Jay with a great pass there and a great lead. It's going to be Dull here on the floor, pressured by Iowa. Going to reset it back to Retro. 6 minutes left on the clock. Can play very patiently here. Going to be up to Mozzie. Mozzie driving in, and a great 2 to give a 5-point lead here for this Frost team, the underdogs. I'm going to drink some water real quick.
12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7.
All right, and we are back. We'll see what happens here. It's going to be Blizzard with their offensive joust. It's going to be Rev, pressured by Dull and Mozzie. Going to pass that one forward to Iowa. Iowa almost gets stunned out from behind, and I think that affected his pass a little bit there. We'll see who gets to it first. And it's going to be Dull with an open shot. 9-2 lead here for Frost. And some interesting things being said in chat. Some good aims from Gamera and Mr. Bacon. And some big Twitch primes here in the chat. All right. It's going to be Blizzard here with another offensive joust. It's going to be Spinistrami here electing to go inverted. Going to pass that one forward, intended for Rev, but Rev was getting stunned out big time. It's going to be picked up by Mozzie. Mozzie over to Retro. Retro going to cross this one over to Dull. Dull. Ooh. I don't know about that pass, but it ends up in the hands of Retro. I think he thought somebody was on the ceiling, but nobody was on the ceiling. All right, it's going to be Mozzie up to Retro. Retro going to cross this one down to Jay. Jay looking for a scoring opportunity and is going to get it. 11-2 here for Frost. Blizzard is really going to have to rally back in this one. What is going on in chat? I'm not even gonna say anything. All right. It's going to be Blizzard here with another offensive joust. They're going to be out of the tunnels. It's going to be picked up by Spinistrami. Going to pass that one over to intended for Rev, but a great pass there. I didn't see the vision at first, but Iowa's going to get a quick 2 there to limit that lead to only 7.
11, 10, 9, 8.
All right, it's going to be Frost here with their second offensive joust of the round. And they're going to be out of the tunnels right now. It's going to be picked up by Retro. Retro over to Mozzie. Mozzie, this is the play that we've been seeing all day from them whenever they have an offensive joust. It's going to be Mozzie up to Jay, over to Dull. Dull going to take their time. Just going to sit there with the disc over to Mozzie. Mozzie, oh, great save there by Rev. Going to clear that one out. And it's going to be picked up by Rev, who's going to clear this one all the way down. Bit of a dribble here, picked up by Rev with an open 3, and that's going to shorten the lead to only 4. And that changes the calculus of the game, because now Frost has to be careful. You know, only up 4, anything could happen. So we are excited. I'm not even going to ask what is going on in chat. All right. Frost here with an offensive joust. Retro almost getting stunned out there, and I think it affected his pass a little bit. It's going to float around here, picked up by Rev. Rev over to Iowa. Iowa going to toss this one all the way forwards. Tries to go for the 3, but it's going to be picked up by Iowa again. Iowa just going to back this one up over to Big Pot. Tries to go for the pass there off the ding ring. Rev recovers, though. Rev just dancing around here, kind of going in the ground a little bit. Very interesting. Rev over to Iowa, I believe. And Iowa, with that great kind of slasher ability, kind of reminds me of 2K. You know, you go for a slasher there, you know, with the close shots and layups. So, yeah, great stuff there from Iowa. Only a 2-point lead here for Frost. They have to be careful. This is what we've been kind of seeing. You know, Frost gets a really commanding lead at the start, and then they start to kind of lose it to Blizzard. We'll see if Frost can hold on like they did in round one. The disc is going to bounce around a lot here. Mozzie's going to slap that one in the direction of Dull. Dull going to slap that one back to Retro. Retro under heavy pressure, though. Going to have to reset this one back to Mozzie. Mozzie, I don't know if he sees Iowa behind him, but gets it off to Jay. Jay presumably going to pass that one over to Dull, and he does. And a great shot there from Dull to increase that lead to 4. So, yeah, great stuff here from Frost, the underdogs. You know, grinding through that loser's bracket. They must be feeling pretty good about themselves. Around 1 minute and 30 seconds left in this match. It's going to be Spinastrami here with the disc. Going to try to pass it over to Rev, but it's intercepted by Retro. Going to bounce that one off the left tunnel, picked up by Dull. Going to toss that one forwards, trying to go for the quick 3 there, but a little bit off target. Mozzie going to slap that one down. Picked up by Jay, who has an open shot there, but, 3 defenders there. Tries to go for the shot there. That would have made it in if it was on target, but bounces off the ding ring. Going to float around a little bit here. They're going to go for the dribble. 3 stack there for... Mozzie almost grabs it, but taken back by Rev. Mozzie gets the stun there, but picked up and recovered by Big Pot. Over to Iowa. Iowa with great scoring ability, but saved by Dull. Bounces off the shield there. That is probably the most unfortunate goal that I think I've seen ever. That is... Wow. He was going for the clear there, and then he just scores it on his own goal. That is unlucky. Wow. All right, Frost here with around 30 seconds. They just need to be cognizant of the 3s, and they just need to be careful with the disc. I'm expecting a very aggressive play here from this Blizzard team. The time is winding down. A 2 would probably seal it here. Jay driving in towards the shield. Great save there by Rev, though. We'll see who gets to it first. A lot of stuns coming out here. Picked up by Mozzie. 9 seconds. 8, 7, 6, 5, and I think it's going to be in... Yeah, that's going to be the dagger right there. And Frost, the underdogs, are going to take the loser bracket finals. They're going to face Cryo in the grand finals. What an amazing match from both teams. Very close rounds. You know, both teams played really well. Iowa with 14 points. Big Pot with 2. Spinastrami with 0. We can't really see Rev's point. No, he has 5. Dull with 8, Mozzie with 7, Retro with 2, and Jay with 11. I hope you guys enjoyed that losers bracket finals, and we are on to the grand finals. Hope you guys are excited for that one. You know, a little bit of analysis here. You know, Blizzard almost beat Cryo, and Frost kind of dominated Blizzard here, especially off the rip. So I wonder how both teams will interact with each other. You know, obviously the dynamics of both teams can really affect each other. So obviously we could see a big Cryo landslide win, or we could see a big Frost landslide win. So yeah, very, very excited for that one. We will see you guys in a few minutes. Thank you guys so much for watching.